Hey everyone, welcome to Creately AI. So, what's this AI tool all about? Well, it's a tool for creating org charts, right? Or online diagrams in minutes. Basically, it lets us design and share org structures using AI and stuff. For those unfamiliar, an org chart is like a company diagram, you know? It shows who does what. They're giving us quite a few examples here, like this one. It shows each person's role in the company and such. And we can do all this online. Seems it has a database too. To start, we just hit sign up. Log in with Google or Microsoft. Once in, they'll ask for our personal plan. We can start for free, it looks like. Or there are other plans. Let's click get started for free. They ask a few quick questions and let us start with a template. So now we're inside Creately. How can we create our first org chart in Creately? Creately offers many features like folders, presentations, tasks and data, but some are premium features. However, we can create a project. So let's click on create a project. It's best to use one of their templates rather than starting from scratch. For an org chart, we'd use the org chart template. For a mind map, we'd use a mind map or flowchart template. Let's say we want to create an org chart. We select org chart and we'll have a ready-made template. An org chart is also a type of mind map. There's not a huge difference between the two. But since they provide the template, how does the interface work? As you can see, there's a lot on screen right now. The left panel can be hidden. Let's close this as we don't need it. We can reopen it if needed. Here's the title. We can change the title here. Spotlight Me. We can export and share too. Voting seems possible. There's a visual editor as well for mind maps and code stuff. But we'll mainly use this part. We'll use templates. I think it's a mind map. We add it to the workspace. Now we should have a mind map. Not sure where. It's loading. See this one here. We need to use templates. We can add shapes and cards. Just select this. Left click on the map to add it. This card is for tasks. We can add notes, text, lines. Connect this. Yes, it can connect. We link this to whatever we want. We can draw freely. With this A tool here, we can also use the highlighter and add comments. Then we have the shapes section where we can add those kinds of elements. For example, we have this square here. We just grab a rectangle and place it. We can change the rectangle's background, add text inside, change its shape, change the style by clicking here. And we can change the rectangle's color. We can also modify the outline if needed. We can add a new section for the rectangle, like a small circle, as we're doing here. Don't think we've finished this yet. There's not much to it really. We can remove connections if needed. We can add links. The cool part, besides adding shapes, is that we can also add assets, which would be images. That's where their images come in. We can also add stickers, it seems, which I assume are emojis. We have a search function here if we want to use a specific emoji. And that's about it. That's how the tool works. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. How can we use Creately's AI? Because ultimately the tool... Well, people are looking for Creately, but especially Creately's AI, right? Mind maps and org charts are fine, but where's the AI that does everything for me? It might not be perfect at first, depending on your input, but basically the AI is right here, okay? When you select an item like this one here, okay, we have the AI here. You can select it and say generate 5 similar items or generate with custom prompts, whatever, okay? And what happens? The AI, once selected, improves access to Viz AIC. Their own AI, I assume that's what they've called it. They charge $8 a month to test and use it. So that's it. That's how we can use the AI. Now let's take a look at the payment plans for Create.ly. The paid plans start quite affordably at $5 per month for the annual plan or $8 monthly if we choose the monthly plan, which is also quite reasonable. We get unlimited canvases, 20 folders, 5 GB space, and 10 GB for teams. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. The canvases are unlimited and we get 30 folders. The personal plan allows up to 1,000 items per workspace while the team plan offers 1,500. I'm just noting the differences. For diagram types, the personal plan and above offers 70 options. From the personal plan, we can share projects with specific users starting with the personal tier. The business plan includes guest access and presentation mode. Business also offers BES standard, BS items, and databases. That's partly why the business plan costs $150 per month. That's where the price jumps up a bit. Next, we have 4K image export available from the personal plan. Basically, the main difference is that from the personal plan, you get everything to use with AI and other features. The business plan gives you access to large teams, databases and such, plus that extra security and more. That's where it gets interesting. I think it's good value at $8 a month. For making org charts, it's probably quite good. It's actually the only tool I've seen for org charts. Can't say much about the database as we couldn't test it, but I'd guess it's good, as the tool overall seems pretty solid regarding mind map, colors, and object customization. Some things are needlessly hard to access. It's not hard to access, but like choosing an object's background color is, for example, selecting this item and not being able to edit it here is a bit having to choose style and then deal with this drop down menu, and all I'd love to be able to do it right from the start, or the edit text. I'm not sure, there's also quite a delay. I click and it takes a few seconds to respond. It's sluggish, lots of info, the page runs slowly. Not sure if it's my computer, though I doubt it, as I've used other tools fine. I think we've seen better mind mapping tools like Whimsy Kalehi, which I think was the best mind map we've tried. So yeah, it seems like a good tool overall, and a good org chart too, which is what they're going for. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed. See you in future videos.